So it's already done. So we're naming it and claiming it. Is that right? Is that right? Or is that wrong? So I came here today standing strong in Spirit's will, just to remind you that you have the power to choose good. No matter what's going on around you, you have the power to choose good. So if you're tuning in online, can you just do me a favor? In the chat, if we're in agreement, can you just type in, I won't back down? And in here, can you just join the chorus and just tell your neighbor, I won't back down. Every time I do that to an audience, there's some apprehension there. Like we've gotten so used to bagging down that it's part of our protocol. It's part of our mantra. It's part of our alibi as to why we never got to the thing that we wanted to get to. Why we didn't evolve into the person that we wanted to evolve into. And so we want to try this again with wisdom that we've acquired throughout the years, throughout all the experiences, all the stages of our life. I won't back down. Let's say it. I won't back down. Can you do me a favor and just rise up right now? Just stand up. You know, I think it took me to the age of probably 42 to decide I wasn't going to back down again. That I'd seen so many things in my life, I'm like, life has to be better from here. Yes. I've seen death, deterioration, destruction, defeatism. And I just made a decision. If there's a better way, Lord, let me walk that way and never return to business as usual. Yeah. Anybody in here in that mode or ever been in that mode of business as usual? And it put limitations and it built the stage for a lackluster life, a less illuminated life. I've been there. And I refuse to go there again. And so at age 42, and I realized everything seemed to be converging on me. Finances, bankruptcy, stress, loss of job. I said, there's got to be something better from this point. You ever reach that point where you're at rock bottom? Or you feel like you're at rock bottom? It can't get any worse than this. So things have to be looking up. Think about it. That idea of only bad things happen to me. I want to break that code today. Is that all right? If I spend a couple moments with you, putting you in the mode of I won't back down. And so if you ever meet me, I don't care what time of day or night, I'm like this all the time. Michael said all the time, and Brett's shaking his head. But that's my declaration. Because I believe the truth does what? So we need to find truth and stick to the truth. And God will help us. So we got it? So repeat this. I will. What Spirit wills. I will not back down into doubt. I will rise into good. I will stand strong in faith. I will keep my eyes on truth. I won't back down from good. I won't back down from God. And so it is. I want to just have you look at the person next to you and say, do you have a lot of things on your mind? My man over here said he's trying to cut down on it, cut back on, like he's trying to cut back on smoking or drinking. But why don't you tell the person next to you, just release and let it go. Because this time, I won't back down. You may be seated. I want to deliver a message this morning in the brief amount of time that I have, because I know we have a cookout going on. But I want this message to let you know that you're empowered. To be empowered, to feel empowered, to demonstrate that you're empowered against anything that comes across your screen, the uninvited, the unanticipated, the undesired experiences of life that certainly will check in at any given moment. They just pop in. But this time, I want you to stand your ground. But on spiritual principles, not just on the will that's willpower, not just the will that's stubborn, but on spiritual principles. Can we do this? God is good, and all the time. So if God is good, no matter what is going on, God is good. So if God is good, I can plug into good at any time. The accessibility of God's goodness is my good. Now, you don't understand that just yet, but you will. In Joshua 24:15, it says something. It says, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Now, in metaphysics, the house represents consciousness, the spiritual home you carry everywhere you go. Joshua was simply saying, as for my consciousness, my mind, my inner dwelling, my place, it will be anchored in the awareness of God. Now, the question is, how often do we lose awareness of God? My house represents your consciousness. If I stay conscious, the awareness of God is always present. Do you understand that? Now, this is just like Matthew, like we talked about last week. The power of will. When Matthew heard the call of Jesus, what did he do? He left his high-paying job, a line of people lined up to give him money, and he said, I'm never looking back. I'm never bagging down again. And so it's this alignment that we want. This alignment 24/7, 365 days a year, we want that awareness and that connection. Now, Emma Curtis Hopkins, in one of her classic books, Scientific Christian Mental Practice, says something that I just love. And I live by it because I stumbled across this visiting two friends in Atlanta some 20 years ago. And it was so invasive to my mind, my body, my spirit, and what I was going through at that time that it just made me think differently. Now, if you understand her book, it says mental what? What does it say, mental? So what does that mean you have to do? Practice, practice, practice. We're in a practice. Now, the only issue with most people is to get out of practice because they're not practicing. And so it's when you make the decision that I'm going to stay home this Sunday. But you forget the power of what we say all the time, where two or more are gathered, there I am, the Spirit, and it's powerful. So when she says scientific Christian mental practice, it means that we have an obligation, a duty, a responsibility to practice. How often should we practice? Is once a week enough? Twice a week? 3 times a lady? 4 times? All day, every day. This is a practice. And so she says in a bold declaration, there is good for me, and I ought to have it. There is good for me, and I ought to have it. Can we say that together? There's good for me, and I ought to have it. Now the question is, do you believe that, David? Do you really believe that? Do you believe it? Because if you believe this, it changes the course of your life, the trajectory of your life. It changes everything. There is good for me, and I ought to have it. And here he is. She was a teacher among teachers of New Thought. In fact, she taught Myrtle Fillmore, the teacher of the Fillmores, who are the founders of Unity. She's the teacher. Myrtle Fillmore is out there being told that you've got 6 months to live. You've got an incurable disease, an ailment that can't be fixed. And she said, it sounds good, but I have something stronger than your diagnosis and your prognosis. I have something greater that I'm going to plug into because I see the good in me. And the presence of the good makes me only think about the good. And if there is good, I ought to have it. You understand this? It's just like me. I told you, when I filed for bankruptcy years ago, I'm saying if there is abundance, I should have it. I was in a poverty mindset before that. That's all I saw. That's all I saw. Was the ideology of make best with what you have. Anybody ever heard that? Make do with what you got. And so with that, it was limiting me. Limiting me from exposure to greater and greater opportunities. The greatness that's out there waiting for me. And so Emma Curtis Hopkins says, I've been through some storms. I've been through some moments in life where I've seen death. I've seen poverty. I've seen it all. But if the word is true, and I practice the word, then good should be mine. What if we developed that ideology and stuck to it and didn't back down from it? If there is good, I ought to have some of that good, Michael. I should have it. Now, you don't have to deserve this. It's not based on a test of how good you can be, or this ideology that here are the 10 commandments, and as well as you can follow them, your blessings flow. This has nothing to do with that. Throw that out the window. Open up that window and say, I'm throwing it out today. And so with that, we say, there's good for me, and I will not back down until I live in it. Can you repeat that with me? There is good for me, and I will not back down until I live it. So before we move on, I don't want to leave out our viewing audience. So I want you to write in the chat the one thing that you're seeing becoming good in your life. The one thing that you see on this morning as becoming good in your life. Something that may seem out of place, may seem negative, but I see good happening. And if you're sitting here right now, I see a lot of you smiling because you know there's something that you want to turn into good. Whisper to the person next to you what it is. So everybody has something, right? If we're being honest this morning, everybody has something that you want to emerge as good. So all we have to do is put it in the universe. Our words have power. And the spoken word, when I ask you to whisper, I could just as easily say, shout it out. Shout it out. Because our words have power. Myrtle Fillmore made a bold stand when she said, based on the teachings of Miss Hopkins, I do not believe in evil, I believe in good. Let that penetrate your mind right now, your thoughts. I do not believe in evil, I believe in good. And so if you're always wondering why I'm always smiling and in a good mood, I'm looking through you and I'm seeing the good. And everyone I experience the good in them. I do not believe in evil, I believe in good. Can we repeat that? Now, let me teach for a minute. Can I teach for a minute? You mind if I teach for a minute? In unity, denial is not pretending a problem isn't there. All right? We got that, right? So when I use the term denial, and I put you through some exercises where we're going to deny some things, don't say, there you go again, denying that there's not feelings and emotions. But denial is not pretending the problem doesn't exist. But, can we say but? But, refusing to give it authority in your mind, your body, and spirit. But sometimes breaking up is hard to do. Anybody been in a relationship and breaking up is hard to do? Breaking a habit is hard to do. Breaking an addiction is hard to do. I understand this. Breaking up is hard to do. And so I understand all those relationships you're in where you need to just move away. All the habits, the addictions that you need to move away from. You're going to tell me, but Reverend Glenn, breaking up is hard to do. So why don't y'all just tell me right now, just say it with me. Reverend Glenn, breaking up is hard to do. And I understand that. Because it brings a level of fear too. And I want you to be able to honor your fear. Not just deny your fear, honor your fear. But recognize what fear is. I believe that fear can be a messenger telling you and me to pay attention to something. Now think about it. Think about your fear and what precipitates that fear. Fear. Could it be a messenger that's telling you to pay attention? Pay attention to something in your life. Pay attention to a relationship. Pay attention to your spending habits. Pay attention to your time use habit. Fear is a messenger. Even the diagnosis brings about fear, but it's a messenger that maybe, just maybe, I need to consider doing something differently. Maybe, just maybe, I need to change the way I use my time, my money, my dietary habits. Maybe, just maybe, fear is simply a messenger. Would you buy into that? But you probably relate more to this, that fear can be a pushy house guest. Fear can tell you, well, Leah, I'm just stopping by for a couple minutes. Just want to put something in your ear, in your life. I won't stay long, but I'm just stopping by. Do you mind if I stop by? And then all of a sudden, you notice fear is sitting on your couch. Fear done turned on the TV, won't let you have the remote, and the time is passing by, and before you know it, fear has moved in. Somehow, fear won't leave. Can anybody relate to that? Well, you thought fear was just stepping by, just giving you a message, and all of a sudden, it's this guest that won't leave. I've had guests who come over and they say, I'm just going to spend the night. Then there's a month later. They're eating up my food. They're not paying rent. They even borrow my car. They're controlling everything. And you know the funny thing about fear is like that girlfriend that you have. Ladies, I'm going to come to your doorstep right now and knock on your door and sit on your couch. Ladies, you know that girlfriend. Girl, if I was you, I'd do this, this, and that. Or the guys too. You got a buddy. Man, if I was you, I'd do this. But fear is just like that. It keeps on taking over. It keeps on telling us what to think and what to do. It keeps on stagnating us from being our true selves. But when we say, protect the temple of your mind, we're saying, we understand fear. It's supposed to only be a guest. You have the right not to give it a key to your house. In my house, there are many mansions, but I choose to decide who gets in my house. And that's the decision that you have to make. Who gets a key to your house, to your consciousness? What drives your consciousness? And so we say, I will never again give away my power. I will not back down. So can we just say an affirmation? I will not give away my power. I believe in truth of God. I believe in good. I will not back down. And so once you get in that mindset, that's when you begin to practice denials. Practice the will and denial. So this week, what I want you to do is practice 2 denials and affirmation. And fear comes knocking on your door. Uncertainty, doubt comes knocking on your door. I just want you to just take a look at it and say, can't stay fear. You can't take up residence here in my mind, in my body, in my spirit, in my actions. And so we do put theory into practice. And the denial. This fear has no power over me. Can we say that? Spirit in me is greater than anything before me. Let's do that again because Reverend Wilma just shouted. This spirit of fear has no power over me. Now let's go to the denial. This fear has no power over me. Affirmation. Spirit in me is greater than anything before me. Now this one. This appearance does not define me. I am rooted in good, and good will prevail. I was having a chat this week with one of our esteemed members who does a lot for this community. And our letter in on my message said, I won't back down. It's a spirit that I carry with me. Every time I venture into those dark moments of my life, I get this feeling, an abnormality, something's misaligned. And it's in those times where I have to tell myself, catch myself. You ever had to catch yourself and have a conversation with yourself and give yourself more than just a simple pep rally or motivational talk, a truth talk? I won't back down from the principles because I know the principles work if you work them. And the truth really does set you free. So Leah Beck shared a poem with me called I Always Knew. Leah's very special with me because we're not from the same neighborhood, but when we start talking, the experiences are so similar. And we connect on this emotional plane, these feelings, and how hurt really does hurt. And I don't know if you've ever been hurt before, but hurt really does hurt. And so she says, after so many revelations around the world, just revolving and growing and seeing the good, it's almost like a cotton candy machine where you just start with a stick and there's really nothing on it, but then you start swirling around, all of a sudden, good and sweet things get stuck to you. And so I just want to read that. But she's here today. And he just says, I didn't grow up in peace, but somehow peace grew in me. Even when life was loud. With pain. Something quiet inside kept whispering, you are loved. I wasn't shown that I mattered, but Spirit told me anyway, not in words, but in presence, in the space inside that no one could take. I always knew, even as a little girl, I knew God was in me. Love was in me. Even when the world forgot, somewhere inside me, I knew. And that knowing, that spark, became my will. The will to seek alignment with Spirit, to move toward good. No matter what tried to shut the door, fear knocked, grief visited. But I never gave them the keys. Spirit is the one who lives here. Love is the permanent resident. I've cleared the rooms of shame. I swept out the voices that never spoke truth. And I've claimed this space, my mind, my heart, my life, as sacred. Now, in this beautiful life of mine, I see it, my sovereignty. As for me and my house, we will serve the love that never stopped calling. This is who I am. This is where I stand. Because love is who I am. And I am at home. Leah, would you please stand up? Love you. If you buy into truth, that there's only good waiting for you now, can you stand up? It seems like every year when you get a little bit older, you begin to put things together. Thank God. And you look back and you have a choice to see the bad or to see the good. I only see the good because that's all there is. Those things that we consider bad was just lessons, stepping stones. Never made for us to back down from who we truly are. The test provides us the opportunity for a greater testimony. And it's the truth. Everything I thought was coming to take me out was taking me into a closer relationship with God, the Spirit. And so I choose the good. So we come full circle this morning. And I want to do that affirmation that we did in the very beginning, but hopefully you have greater insight, greater connection to this, where you can affirm that moving forward will all catch you moving forward. Let's say the affirmation again. I will what Spirit wills. I will not back down into doubt. I will rise into good. I will stand strong in faith. I will keep my eyes on truth. I won't back down from good. I won't back down from God. And so it is. Your love. Renaissance Community, thank you for having me this morning. And know the best of you is ready to be revealed and demonstrated. Of course, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it but accept my love.